2022 has officially come to an end, and we are here in 2023. And my thoughts of 2022 overall was that 2022, to be honest, 2022 wasn't really a good year for films to be released or TV shows. And it wasn't really a good year at all, even though that there were some big releases. But I think I should develop more further than that. Despite some big releases of 2022, like there were some good movies and there were some good TV shows, there were some issues with 2022. The lack of entertainment. There weren't that much big movies that were released in theaters, and there were some movies that were just dull and plain, like the movie called Don't Worry, Darling, and there was also Elvis, and yeah. Also, Marvel has beginning to suck as of recent. Marvel is not doing as good as they were back through phases 1 through 3. Marvel seems to be kind of failing with all their films as of recent with phase 4. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was fun, but wasn't that good in my opinion. Even though that, yeah, I did think it was good. It was good, but wasn't really that good in my opinion. Then there was Thor Love and Thunder, which it was so bad. Thor Love and Thunder was just so bad, mainly because of the comedy. It relies too much on comedy. I mean, I was pretty excited when Taika Waititi was coming back to direct Thor Love and Thunder, but the way about how they did it, the way how they directed this movie is executed very poorly, and people had compared it to Batman and Robin, which now I can see why. And plus, the visual effects for Marvel have also been kind of rushing as of recent. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Marvel VFX artists were being abused. They were being overworked, overstaffed, and that kind of causes some problems with Marvel from here on out. And that's, yeah, there has been some issues with that as of recent. I'm trying to get into further details, but I don't really remember that much of exactly the details from the articles I've read, but yeah. And then there's the point that Marvel has been rushing not just movies but also TV shows on Disney Plus. Yeah, I mean, Moon Knight was good. That's the only Disney Plus show that I found to be good. Miss Marvel was alright, but She-Hulk sucked. I mean, yeah. Everyone knows that She-Hulk sucked. I could go on talking about it, but, you know, I don't need to talk about that since we don't really talk about She-Hulk. But Marvel has basically lost its touch. It's no longer the same. Pixar movies also suck now. Turning Red was fine, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping that it would. And for some reason, it ended up getting released on Disney Plus instead of being released in theaters. And then we had Lightyear, which Lightyear, I can't believe I've seen the movie in theaters. I can't believe I've seen this over Turning Red. Also, DC had been under a pickle this year. I mean, sure, there were some good DC films and there were some enjoyable DC films like League of Super Pets. Now, I know not a lot of people seem to like it, but I, for one, actually enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was pretty good. Granted, it's not really great, but it's still good. But we did have some other good movies like The Batman and Black Adam. But that's not the only thing. DC also had a hell of amount of delays and cancellations. Now, delays, they're not that bad, but cancellations are probably much worse than delays. Cancellations like the Batgirl movie that was coming to HBO Max, which, yeah, I'm kind of sad that that movie's never going to happen. Oh, I can't believe I put my faith into it, but I just assumed that I lost all hope and the movie's never going to happen. And that movie got canceled. However, delays aren't the reason about why I'm mad. But the reason why I was mad about DC this year and how DC was not doing good is because of some of the behind the scenes issues surrounding DC, where DC has been spreading around news lately about what is happening for the future of the DC Extended Universe and what is happening throughout DC in general, or what is happening throughout the future of DC and DC films in general. And there were rumors spreading around online saying that, the DC Extended Universe is going to be rebooted after the Flash movie, which we'll talk about that later. And then there are other things saying, the DC Extended Universe is still going to continue forward, and that we're going to see more of Batfleck and more of Jason Momoa's Aquaman and more of Ezra Miller's Flash, which, Ezra Miller has been in a lot of controversy as of recent. And God, I really hope that Ezra Miller is not going to be in any more other DC films. Oh wait, he is, because DC is letting him stay. Yeah. I mean, at this point, the DC Extended Universe is basically directionless. They have no plans other than just making solo movies, and that's basically about it. Only solo movies and nothing else. I mean, they did have an idea, but because of Warner Brothers messing with Snyder's vision, they had to go back to the drawing board again, but this time they're doing solo movies instead of having an actual plan. At least with Marvel, with failing with Phase 4, at least they do have a plan to set up the multiverse saga. It also turns out that the rumors for DC rebooting the DCEU are true. And it's no longer going to be called the DCEU anymore. Instead, it's going to be called the DCU. So, yeah. But in other words, I think it is best that DC should reboot the DC Extended Universe, and basically, even though that it's no longer going to be called the DC Extended Universe and it's going to be called the DCU. But, I still think that it's an appropriate idea to reboot the DC Extended Universe, since the DC Extended Universe doesn't really have any plans so far. They don't really have any plans to set up something big other than just keep going with more and more solo movies and shows. And DC has been pretty much struggling, and they've been struggling with some ideas other than some solo movies. But in other words, I'm kind of excited for the DCEU rebooting into the DCU. There has also been some controversy with a major DC film known as The Flash, which The Flash is having his own solo movie, and it'll be like a multiversal movie, like Spider-Man No Way Home or Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's there are some issues here and there with that. And one of the reasons is focusing on the lead actor, Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller has been on some huge controversy as of recent, and a lot of people have been really talking about it, and Warner Brothers and DC decided to let him stay to play the Flash for the movie and possibly for future projects. And I was like, what? I mean, the controversy is basically surrounding him, and this is like so bad. And really, really bad, considering the controversy surrounding Ezra Miller, including with Amber Heard. Now, if you guys remember, Amber Heard basically faked the abuse of Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp basically won the court case, but Amber Heard never really had any movie deals ever, but the only movie deal that she really has now is Aquaman 2. There is a bit of a problem with that, and that is that she was never fired from the directorial of Aquaman 2. That's really bad. I mean, that is so controversial as well, and DC has not been doing so well. Also, a lot of people died in 2022, and the only people that I remembered that passed away in 2022 are basically Kevin Conroy and Jason David Frank. May they both rest in peace. But also, TV shows have basically started to decline, and the reason why was because mainly it's because of streaming that is doing very successful. And yeah, there's also been some issues with video games since, yeah, there were not that much video games that I remember being released. There were a lot of cool announcements for movies, TV shows, and video games to announce, but most of them got delayed through next year or through 2023 or sometime around 2024 or furthermore to that. But yeah, I know I have talked about the negatives, but I think I'll probably be talking about the positives now. There was actually some really good films this year. There were some pretty good movies, like, for example, there was Top Gun Maverick, there was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, there was Sonic 2, there was Dragon Ball Superhero, One Piece Film Red, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, The Batman, Black Adam, and of course, there was none other than Clerks 3. And of course, there was also Avatar Way of Water. Well, there are some really good TV shows that have been released this year, like Moon Knight, for example, which Moon Knight is by far one of my favorite Marvel Disney Plus shows ever, and I thought it was overall pretty good. And then we had Better Call Saul, which wrapped up its 6th and final season. Then we had Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. Then there was Peacemaker. Then there was Doom Patrol Season 4. Then there was Spy X Family. And then The Boys Season 3. Those were all the good shows I've seen back in 2022. The rest of the other TV shows were not so great, like She-Hulk, for example, which She-Hulk, we already know why She-Hulk is so bad, and we don't really talk about She-Hulk. But the other shows I mentioned were overall pretty good, and I absolutely really love these shows. I will definitely talk more about those shows, probably sometime in a later video. There were also some good video games like Sonic Frontiers and God of War Ragnarok. There hasn't been really that much video games as of recent for this year, and the only video games that I remembered from this year were Sonic Frontiers and God of War Ragnarok. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all I could remember. 2022 wasn't a really great year for movies or TV shows or for video games to be released. The lack of entertainment, some incidents that have been happening, some other things that have been happening around, and yeah. I'm sorry for not posting this video, and I'm also sorry for not posting the best movies of 2022. And the reason why I didn't post these videos was because of, well, New Year's. I was celebrating New Year's, and I also had to get ready for New Year's as well. I was originally going to release them before New Year's or somewhere around the beginning of January, but I lost some clips and I had to re-edit the videos again, and basically, yeah. And now here I am finishing with this video. Yeah, 2022 wasn't really a good year, but never to say the less, I am still looking forward to 2023 and hoping that it'll be a little bit more better than 2022. And I also wanted to do an update for some upcoming videos that will be coming out as of recent. I still have plans for some more upcoming reviews on January, since we already know that January there are not a lot of big films that are going to be released, and we know that January is a curse month for films to be released. I mean, there is films like Megan, but I'm skipping that because I'm not really interested in seeing that movie. Plus, it looks like a generic film and just seems to be pretty crappy. But yeah. But anyways, I have new videos I have in mind that I have planned. Like, I'm going to be uploading a new upcoming short film that is going to be coming out. I don't want to spoil about what is it going to be, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to be a surprise, and it's something that you're probably not going to expect to see. But yeah, it's based off one of Chris Stuckman's old shorts, and basically, yeah. I'm also going to be planning to do more TV show reviews. Yes, I am planning to do more TV show reviews. Like, I'm going to be reviewing Chuck. I'm also going to be reviewing the Marvel Netflix Daredevil series. I'm also going to be reviewing I'm also going to be reviewing Spy X Family with its first season, and basically, yeah. I basically have a lot of upcoming reviews that are coming on as of recent, but yeah. And I'm also planning to show more editorial videos showing more of my editing skills and everything like that. Basically, yeah. And also, I'm planning to do more other things like talking about why Dragon Ball GT sucks. I mean, the video, it's not going to be released this month, but it is planned to be released sometime around later, but I do not know when, because, yeah, it's going to take a little while than I thought. I'm also planning to do more how to draw and some other cosplaying videos on my other 4th channel, but yeah. And I'm also planning to do more and more upcoming topic videos that I really want to talk about, like if nostalgia blinds, and my favorite Red Ranger video, and basically, yeah, I have a lot of other upcoming videos that are going to be coming out as of recent, but yeah. I'll show you a bit more of some upcoming videos that will come out later this year, but anyways, yeah. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads and for slow uploads as of recent, especially for delaying this video and for delaying the last video, the best movies of 2022. I'm sorry about that. And the reason why I delayed those videos was because of New Year's. I was getting ready for New Year's. I was having fun for New Year's, and yeah, and there were some family that also came in New Year's as well. So yeah, anyways, yeah. Anyways, I think that's all for today's video. And if you guys like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And of course, I'll try to upload more videos as hard as I could. And I'm hoping to upload more better than back in 2020, 2021, and 2022. And I'm hoping to upload a little bit more often. But, you know, I'm going to take my time to edit these videos, because these videos do take a really long time to edit. And sometimes they're a little bit hard than easy. And yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to 2023 this year. I'm looking forward to see what they have in stores for 2023. And yeah.
I am the Knight. I am Batman.